I'm scared. So anyways, what I'm basically going to be doing is I'm going to be doing patches very, very quickly. First of all, I'm going to show you one of the coolest tricks this thing has. Okay, here behold. Right click, left click, Control K, hold Control. Right click, left click, Control K. Gets rid of backgrounds really fast. Now, I believe I'll show you this one first, since this one's actually newer to Furcada, or just about the newest technique there is in the book. So not many people know how to do it. Okay. If you didn't know what this is already, I'm doing patch videos. Okay, now I had one taken out here and there's 3 left. So the number in the blue corner should say 3. And I hit Control-Shift-T to add to that number. Very primitive thinking. I don't actually think a lot when I do my patches anymore, because it's very primitive thinking anyways. I'm using a little bit of a trick to align it, because I know the borders for this one are... I know it's a contained shape with stuff moving inside it, so generally I don't really need to worry about, like, pieces of it moving. You probably won't understand half of what I'm saying in this entire video. Now, usually you would have to align these so that they're all in position, but when you got something like a bubble, ooh, that's quite a tongue twister. When you got something like a bubble, you don't really have to worry about that because they're a contained shape, really. I mean, they're not. It's not like it significantly moves. So anyways, I'm just doing stuff on Patchmaker to show people how to do it. Okay. Animation editor. I'm hoping to do this fairly quickly, actually. It's a good idea to open animation editor and animation player at the same time. Hold. It's going at... if you notice this is wrong, the sequence should always start with 0, keep in mind. But it should be 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now let's watch it. Okay. Now I think that needs to move a bit faster. So what you do is you set the delay to less. Now this thing's gonna dash. So it's too fast. So you gotta find a real balance there. Now, if you didn't notice, yeah, figure somebody like me has Furcada open. I don't know why I bothered doing that. Now there are 2 ways to get it. If you didn't notice, that pink square represents the ground it's going to be on. So that's where it will be in relation to the ground. Always make sure to check shape properties and shape position for every object you edited before you leave DreamMaker. I learned that after lots and lots and lots of experience. Always start with frame 1 of an animation when you're doing stuff like this. Or frame 0 of an animation. That's also important. Now, usually this is the part where you actually do the aligning. You just drag and drop. It's really simple. But, since this is, like I said, they all have the same dimensions, and they're laid out against the same coordinates. So I get to cheat a little bit. Oh, I never knew that had the little parentheses thing. Okay, 2769. All I gotta do is remember that. If I do another one of these, I might show you some of the other tricks I use. But I'm weird, so I don't know. I'm actually doing this in sort of response to something I saw on my program overview of this, the Furcada FSH editor. It's actually pretty decent as an art editor. So our shape 1 is done. Animation player. Behold, we have a bubble ball. If you've never played bubble ball, well, you have no clue what that object is. Okay, now piece 2 of my plan. Some objects in this world are articulately complicated, and we want to get them to be very, very good. So here's what we do. We arrange colors like that in order of greatest to least, but since we know this whole, these colors got, a bit messed up compared to what they originally were. That's weird, there's no color there. So, you gotta solve that. So we just have to skip that color. I'm sorry, I didn't know that would happen. That's actually really bad for this. Jeez, I get like no time on this. 10 minutes is not 10 minutes anymore. Okay, we got that color. And we just go from decreasing order. And nothing is gonna be our something, which I'll explain, which will make sense in a bit. So basically, just copy down both color schemes. When you're dealing with an object that has multiple colors, and I know some of you are already thinking color swapper, I'm going to show that technique in a bit, for those of them who don't know it. I don't like color swapper. It messes up, and you have to do a lot of fixing. And I know this seems like more trouble than it's worth, but I like it personally as a method. I don't care if it wastes time, actually, it's pretty fun. Patch making is a big time spender. It takes a while to make a patch. Don't expect this to be in and out like in 10 minutes like this is. In fact, I don't know how I thought I could do it in 10 minutes. Keep in mind these are the two color schemes. Now, personally, I think we should make this purple. What part is currently blue should be purple. So we are going. So what I do is I just do a simple little audit beneath it. And I know that is actually no color, but for some reason it audited out this big strand, so we're going to have to live with them. Which I don't like to say is quite pleasant. Now, it's actually a good idea to keep this color information somewhere before you actually use it. Or, like, to save it before you mess with it. Because you might need to add colors and subtract colors because you might have messed up. And we're going to make the band, red. That sounds fun. Now, there are only, like, what, 8 reds in all of Furcada? I'm sorry, DEP, but you have no reds, and that is terrible. Oh, God, time flies. Okay. So, as you see here, I got 2 little... This is how I do color scheming. Okay. Left click, right click, Control K. Left click, right click, Control K. Left click, right click, Control K. Yes, I know I'm going straight on past it. Left click, right click, Control K. Okay. We're gonna have to fill that in with the transparent. The transparent layer is the upper left corner. Always remember that because you will always need it. Now, keep in mind this softens the shades like almost always. So you might want to be careful about your. I'd just do one right after the other, like the immediate sequence, like this one, then this one, then the one after that, and so on. You don't have to do that. I mean, if you're better at this than I am, well, you could probably actually draw if you're better at this than I am. You probably don't need pre-made art like I always use. Now, I don't want to keep that red outline. Ooh. So all I have to do is just fill this, Control Z, take this color, fill it in, it's only one shade. And we have a recolored mage hat. I don't have much time to redo this, or to do this next one. Luckily, it's probably the easiest of the 3. My apple. Sorry, I'm not going to spend much time on this one. Personally, it doesn't need much, or in my opinion, it doesn't need much time spent on it. Jeez, I can't do this fast enough. Wrong function. Basically, color swapper is the most unelegant method that patchmaking knows. It's basically just a way to make like tons of really terrible patches. Like I said, you're probably gonna need to edit a lot of these. I'm just plain out of time. I'm sorry. Color swapper's a terrible method. You get the basics. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a little bit on patchmaking. Bye.